Solve for x. Now notice that for this quadratic equation, we don't have a trinomial, so factoring may not be the best option. However, we do have x squared and the x term. We can attempt to complete the square. So here I'm going to begin the setup. So I'm going to write x squared plus 7x, and then we're going to add the quantity. That's going to complete the square. But since we have an equation, whatever I do to one side, I have to do it to the other. Now to complete the square, we have to get the coefficient of x. We're going to divide it by 2, and then we're going to multiply it by itself. We can represent that by raising it to the second power. So on the right-hand side, we add the same quantity. Now on the left-hand side, we have the perfect square trinomial. So we can factor it as a binomial squared by grabbing the width x and adding it to the quantity that's inside of the parentheses, 7 over 2. We're going to raise that to the second power, and on the right-hand side, notice that 0 is not going to change the value of this expression, so let's go ahead and simplify this. Since 2 doesn't divide 7, we're going to keep it as an improper fraction. This means that both numerator and denominator are going to get affected by the second power. So beginning with the numerator, 7 to the second power, that's 49. And for the denominator, 2 raised to the second power, that's going to give us 4. Now to get rid of the square, we got to take the square root. So we're going to square root both sides of the equation. On the left-hand side, the square and the square root are going to cancel out, leaving us with the x plus 7 over 2. And on the right-hand side, we're going to get plus or minus. The square root of 49 is going to be 7. And then the square root of 4 is going to give us 2. To isolate x, we can now subtract 7 over 2. And on the left-hand side, the 7 over 2 is going to cancel out, leaving us with x equal to, here we're going to get negative 7 over 2 plus or minus 7 over 2. And we can simplify these answers. So let me go ahead and split them up. We have negative 7 over 2 plus 7 over 2. And we have negative 7 over 2 minus 7 over 2. The first solution, you can see that these are just going to cancel each other out, giving us 0. And then for the second solution, since we have common denominators, we're going to add the numerators together. Negative 7 minus 7 gives us negative 14. The denominator is 2. And negative 14 divided by 2 gives us negative 7. So my two solutions are 0 and negative 7.